ito bang interim release, most likely kailan siya didesisyonan ng ICC?
I would say secondary as an issue. Kasi ang pending talaga ngayon ay yung fitness to stand trial. Yung interim release, although it was refiled around August, yung a bit earlier than August 18. August 18 yung fitness to stand trial eh. Yung in terms of timelines, the ICC will decide whichever is parang more urgent. And for now, mas urgent yung fitness to stand trial. Kasi how can you proceed when the accused or the suspect is quote-unquote absent in spirit? Hindi sila nagtutuloy ng ganon, di ba? So, baka unahin yung fitness to stand trial because also, in any case, it's related to interim release. The decision could also be on both. I-hit nila both. So, unfit siya, parang ganon, unfit siya ngayon. Depende sa sitwasyon, ha? Unfit siya ngayon and we think if he goes to this facility or yung interim release na, if he goes to somewhere, ganyan-ganyan, edi baka umokay-okay yung kondisyon niya. Kaya, and although kailangang maging maayos yung nila argument, dapat, sa totoo lang, yung fitness to stand trial ni Duterte, ang kiniklaim, it's permanent. It's degenerating, deteriorating. Kaya parang it will be forever. Kaya ako parang, sige, so bakit may interim release na ini-envision to help him cope? If he is not fit to stand trial, then he should be sent to a care home under strict guidelines, to the hospital or kung saan man, na ma-address yung problema niya because he is still a suspect in a case and the case will only be archived. Every 120 days, they will determine his fitness to stand trial. Pero for others, I guess, parang naghalo-halo na. May sakit siya, matanda siya, kailangang palayain. Dapat walang kaso sa ICC.
Tama ba yung nadinig ko? Yung every 100 days, i-determine yung fitness to stand trial? Tama, okay. So, pwede bang strategy ito ng Pwede bang strategy ito ng defense? Kasi advanced na rin naman talaga yung age ni former President Duterte. Pwede ba nila i-drag yan until umabot sa point na totoo nga, i-determine ng court hindi na to fit to stand trial para at least hindi siya masintensyahan at hindi on record mapapanagot siya doon sa libo-libong pinapatay niya?
Yes, clearly the point of all these monthly filings by the defense, the ultimate effect has been to delay the proceedings, to kumbaga halt the trial entirely because sabi nga namin, anong defense niya pagdating ng trial? This is a client that has admitted to, that has a lot of public statements regarding the killings, and until the very last public appearance, unapologetic for what he did. So what defense will you have? Kaya dapat lahat ng pre-trial remedies gawin na. So yes, I'm seeing that possibility that the defense will keep on insisting he's unfit and therefore delay every, what's 120 days? 4 months? Tama ba? So every 4 months, may ganung determination. Pero hopefully, the ICC can see through all the, lies and drama. Kasi pwede naman siya talaga mag-appoint ng independent expert. Yan naman yung experience or success rate sa ICC. Hindi ka pwedeng makapanloko lang ng basta-basta pag sinabi mo, nakakalimot na po ako eh. Independent expert or kung sino mang expert. Kasi right now, you have a defense expert saying he's unfit for trial. The prosecution wants to appoint their own expert. Pero the judges, I see, likely will appoint an independent expert.
So, ibig sabihin, hindi uubra ang acting sa ICC?
Ay, hindi. Oo. Hindi din uubra yung sila lang ang may sabi. Tapos maniniwala na yung ICC. Hindi. Ito nga yung panahon, inote ko hindi naniwala ang ICC na na siya, unfit to stand trial. Sabi niya lang, unfit ka ba? Teka, hindi naabot yung oras para i-determine yan. Kaya, i-postpone na natin yung September 23 until ma-decide natin or ma-figure out natin ano ba talagang sitwasyon mo. Saka natin i-reschedule yung
Okay.
confirmation kung okay ka.
Okay. Finally, kagabi kasi sabi ni Senator Trillanes, susunod na tong si Bongo at si Bato. Sa pag-aanalisa mo dun sa official dito proposed charges against the former president by the ICC prosecutor, no? Tsaka sa iba pang mga dokumento nakita mo, mukha bang mapupunta o tutungo ito kina Bato at saka Bongo?
Kay Bato de la Rosa, yes, kailangan pa bang i-memorize yan? This is the how many? Fourth, fifth document where his name appears so blatantly. At the last document, yung pre-confirmation brief submitted by the by the prosecution, it became so parang impossible to redact his name. Kumbaga, tatanggalin pa ba natin to? Kilala na ng lahat. Pag ginugel yung quote, siya din naman to. And his acts as PNP chief are so indelible. Hindi mo basta mabura or ma-redact. Kaya kitang-kita, Bato and Duterte are two sides of the same coin. Walang war on drugs kung walang Duterte. Walang war on drugs kung walang Bato. Yung implementation talaga, it was Bato. And for this case to be fully, kumbaga, ventilated, kailangan mo yung implementors. Bongo, I am not quite sure. Kasi hindi ko alam kung gaanong kumbaga, brain power yung inallocate niya. Kasi most responsible eh. Kung nautusan lang siyang magbayad at kumbaga, it was kumbaga routinary. Magkano po ibibigay ko? Ganito. Kung wala naman siyang masyadong pinag-isipan, baka hindi siya makita na most responsible, more of indispensable ang kanyang role. Pero yung talagang nagplano, nag-utos, may ganung theory ngayon na nakikita tayo. There was a group of people, someone very close to Duterte, a few police officers, a friend, mga 8 ito, who formed ang tawag ng ICC dito ay the common plan. And the common plan is to, Tokhang, from Davao, i-implement natin nationwide.
So hindi ba kasama siya rin sa friend, si Bongo?
Yeah. Ako, parang, ang hirap kaya lang, sabi nga, nung nag-training kami last week, sabi doon, huwag kayong mag-speculate dun sa mga redacted. Kasi parang, minsan kawawa yung tao na mababanggit. Pero ako, hindi rin kawawa si Bongo na mabanggit kasi he definitely was part of the investigation. Sara Duterte also definitely was part of the investigation kasi yung obvious yung role nila. Ang tanong lang, to what extent?